Hello everybody, Demon Redmist here. Just doing a quick video guide on the Mazda Roadster touring car around Brazil for the Dynamic GT League drivers. Couple of things that I want to mention to the drivers is there is a few key factors to this particular track, and one of them is to make sure your braking is pretty much done by the time you're doing your steering. By doing that, you save tyre wear, but also you give yourself a lot more grip through the corners. I know people will be tempted to trail brake, and you can for a few laps, but then as your tyres wear, your car was not going to want to do it. The other thing that I want to mention as well is that one of the ways to approach this track is to focus on getting certain corners right, and that then makes getting the following corners a lot easier. So for example, turns 1, 2 and 3 here, there's not much point focusing on turn 2 and 3 if you can't get turn 1 right. So focus on getting turn 1 right, and once you do that, turn 2 and turn 3 will automatically become easy to do right. And then same for turn 4, get turn 4 right, turn 5 is easy. Get turn 6 right, turn 7 and 8 are easy. Get turn 8 right, turn 9 and 10 are easy. Get turn 11 right, and so on. Anyway, I'm not going to spend too long on this video because I have done previous videos around this track before. Now, one of the things that I had been doing around this track was running with my brake balance slightly forward. However, as the tyres wear, it's not good. So for the sake of better balance over the stint of a tyre, I'm going with the brake balance in the middle. Now, as I mentioned, there are places, well, that you want to get your braking done before your steering, and there's a couple of places as well, like up here for example, getting up to 5th so that you can brake and come down to 4th will make your car a hell of a lot more balanced. And then here, hard on the brakes but off the brakes when it comes to turning in. Here you don't need to brake, just lift off, turn in. But then into turn 11, again brake but be off the brakes when you turn in. You'll notice that you'll have a lot more grip for a lot more laps. And this final corner is another one where get your braking done so that when you turn in you've got the grip. Okay, this car's, its braking points are slightly different on this track than many cars, at least for turn 1. For turn 1 you can actually brake at about 60 meters, third gear corner, okay? If you're in a slipstream, brake about 70 meters. Look at the markables, 100. Get it tucked into that first apex, and now we're comfortably flat out through 2 and through 3. So making sure that you get turn 1 right makes turn 2 and turn 3 automatically easy. Okay, turn 4, braking just after the 100, down to 3rd, off the brakes for your steering. Be careful of running wide, and if you do run wide, straighten your steering up. If you don't, you'll lose it like I just did there. Up to 5th so that you can dab the brake and come down to 4th, and you can actually hold 4th all the way round here, and then early on the brakes, off the brakes to turn in. You can do this corner in 2nd or 3rd. Personally, 2nd is quicker, 3rd saves a bit more fuel. And things as well, by braking, getting your braking done before you turn in, it does allow you to get on the power a lot sooner. Okay, final corner, braking at about 65 meters, and then there's a specific turn-in point I'm using, and it's the start of the tarmac on the right. Okay, so I'll quickly go through that again then. So turn 1, we're braking at about 60 meters. We're looking for third gear, and we want to get all the way over to the apex. If we get this slightly wrong, second gear is our saviour. So by using second gear, we can tuck it in tighter, and then we can still use third gear through 2 and 3. So if you brake a touch too late, you can use second gear. It is slower though, and it will burn more fuel. It's smoother, better for your tyres, better for your lap time using third. Brake just after the 100. Get your braking done. Oh, it's too aggressive then, too early on the power. But you'll notice that because your braking is done, when you turn, you've got the grip. Up to 5th for that bit of engine braking. Stay off the throttle initially and then come back on it. You'll notice here that there's nothing manic, not rushed. There's no frantic gear changes. Okay, so the final corner, as I mentioned, brake at about 65 meters. Start of the tarmac and turn in. Now again, if you get that corner wrong, you can use second gear to save yourself. And again, if you do run wide of that final corner, straighten up your steering. Okay, I'm going to keep going for a moment. So again, brake at 65-ish. A little late, locked it up, but I was able to use second gear to save myself. It wasn't quicker, I braked a touch too late, it wasn't quicker, but I was able to save myself. And make sure you get all over that apex curb as well, it helps you so much. Now, I know people will be tempted to go to third here. You can use third to save you, but you're right up at the limiter. You're basically just burning fuel and tyres. Now, something that is definitely worth doing, especially at this final corner, is pretty much guarantee that that 50-meter marker board is going to disappear during the race. There's even tyre marks next to it. Right, so that 50-meter marker board is going to disappear. And without that there, you need to be able to still know where the about 65 meters is. Well, this is where the circuit helps you. It might not be that easy for, well, yeah, I mean, I can see it. Looking directly ahead of me, we've got the curb that runs next to the white line. Then there's a little bit of green, it's either grass or astroturf at the end of the curb. And then there's a very yellowy patch of grass that goes from the end of the curb about halfway to the 50-meter marker board. Well, at the end of the yellowy patch of grass, that's going to be about 65 meters. So as we can see here, the yellowy dusty patch of grass, and then just here is where it starts to go a little greener. So about here is where we're going to brake. So as we approach the corner, we'll be able to visibly see very clearly where a safe braking point is for that corner. So as I go round on the next lap, hopefully you'll be able to see that. Now my tyres might be a little bit cold. perfect line there, nice and tight on the exit of turn 1 to open up turn 2. You do not want to be in the middle of the road on the exit of turn 1. Use the slip road as a brake marking point. Okay, remember, get it up to 5th. It helps with the balance of the car. So although we've got a lot of tyre squeal there, it's not actually doing a lot of damage. Also there, do not go up to 4th gear. If you do, you get your braking wrong for that corner. Okay, yellow patch of dirt, easy to see. Comfortably make the corner. So once that brake marker board is gone, you still know where to brake. Okay, right, there you go. There's my very basic guide. If you want to know about being off the racing line, you have to check out one of my previous videos. Right, have a good one, folks, and I'll see you all again soon.